We're on.
Yep, ready.
All right, I'd like to go and open up the Tuesday, January 16, 2024 Board of Alderman meeting. If you would, please rise and say the Pledge of Allegiance with us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item would be the introduction of new employees. Is each department head going to introduce them? Question?
Good evening, Mayor and Board. I have Elizabeth Choate. She is our new AP Finance Clerk, and she started on December 27th. We are happy to have her.
Welcome, Elizabeth.
Congratulations.
Good evening. I'd like to introduce three new police officers. The first will be James Pape, the start date of January 2nd. Second one will be Zachary Hunter, also with the start date of January 2nd. And Riley McInnes with a start date of January 3rd.
Welcome.
Welcome board, but I believe if we could have all the new, do you want the new employees, Brandy? Is that what you want?
Do you want to take
a picture up here?
Yeah.
You guys would come up here, please. I think the...
Yeah, that's needed.
A rose amongst a bunch of thorns.
You know what? Talk about that.
You know the routine. Thank you, guys. Be safe out there.
Take care. All right, next item will be consent agenda.
We have the regular meeting minutes from December 19th, 2023.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda items as submitted.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Corder, second by Alderman Crump. Roll call vote.
Alderman Miller,
Yes.
Alderman Schultz,
Yes.
Alderman Crump,
Yes.
Alderman Corder,
Yes.
Alderman Cullum,
Yes.
and Alderman Roadmaker is absent.
Motion passes 5-0 with one absent. Next, we'll be hearing from the public. If you have something you'd like to discuss with us or bring to our attention, we ask that you please come forward to the podium, state your name, we'll give you 5 minutes to speak.
My name is Jason Walgamot. Been a resident of Warrenton for 15 years. On January 5th, last Friday, my daughter on the way home from school was clipped by a vehicle as she walked home along this side of the road. I would like to speak with you because I believe the road in front of Daniel Boone needs a sidewalk. I walked the next Tuesday during the school hours. The kids are walking home, and the only safe way to actually walk from Pershing Drive down to Warren Avenue, where I live, is to walk in residents' yards, to walk 2-3 feet inside the yards, which is not particularly what should be done. Otherwise, according to Warrenton's own statutes, the kids are supposed to cross the street and walk onto incoming traffic. That way they can see the traffic, traffic can see them. But at that point, there is too much traffic there to make that a safe proposition, either to cross the roads or to safely walk along the left side of the road. I would like to see a sidewalk get put there, but obviously I have not put anything formal and would like to know what I do need to do or what we would need to get done to get a formal request made to get sidewalks put in.
I think as far as the beginning steps, you just did it. To be honest with you. As far as the formality, I think it's more talking, and I hate doing this because it always becomes a debate on safety versus finances, but they also go hand in hand.
Right.
Finding the funding to make sure it's there to be able to secure it, to be able to do that and do it in a safe manner that's ADA compliant. I don't think that's any big issue. We would have to kind of look and see what some of the projects are this year, and off the top of my head, I wouldn't be able to tell you what projects we have, but I'm sure we can look at it and keep you informed. If you want to leave your information for any type of meeting that we have that's open that you can come and speak at or talk or voice your concerns at. But usually we'll take an email and present it as that as well. If you want to put it somewhere, email any one of us, just to be able to put it forth and be able to say, hey, we usually like to print a piece of paper up.
Okay.
Have it in front of us when we go to a meeting such as that for budgets, to be able to say, hey, this is a project we need to put front and center and make it more of a priority.
Okay. Thank you.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you for bringing it to our attention. Is she okay?
She's okay. Thankfully, she didn't get hit very hard. Doubt the person even probably noticed. But at the same time, we did make a police report that day. So there's something on file saying it happened, and they are the ones that suggested I come to the meeting here.
Excellent. No, I think that was a great suggestion.
So, thank you.
Thank you.
Is there a lot of traffic flow down through there?
There is.
I mean, I have no idea. That's why I'm asking.
I've got photos, if that helps.
So, you're talking from Pershing towards Warren, right?
Correct. Correct.
Do you know where it's at?
Yes, I'm familiar with the area. I just didn't know how much traffic.
Yeah, from school lets out about 3:15, so from roughly 3:05 to about 3:20, 3:25, there is a full line of cars from Pershing and sometimes past Pershing going towards, going down Vauchel, all the way down to the end of Daniel Boone where they park to wait to come in to get the kids. I spoke to Dr. Goldsmith, and actually she holds the elementary students till 3:25. That way they can be let out after the traffic is gone. But the middle school kids get out at 3:15, so the time that they're crossing that time,
down through there.
there is a lot of traffic, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
There again, we appreciate it when citizens come in.
Yeah, definitely.
Things, when our kids get older, and sometimes we don't get to see those things, or sometimes we drive by them when kids aren't there, so you don't get to see how congested it can be. So I would encourage anybody to come up and let us know on that thing. So thank you. And thank you for being a caring parent. Next, anybody else? Next, we'll hear from Board of Alderman comments.
I just want to say Happy New Year, everyone. Since we haven't been together since then.
Yeah. Glad to be here. Everybody stay safe out there in this cold weather. Hopefully it's going to get a little bit of a break tomorrow, so.
Everybody's looking at us like we want to be home right now in the cold weather.
The staff isn't. They kind of like this.
They're quiet. Anything else?
No. Yep.
All right. City Administrator Brandy Walters.
Good evening. The first thing that I have for you tonight is a code change. We recently changed the purchasing in the code, and this is one piece that was missed. So as you can see on your screen, it'll have what we had changed and updated previously. This is just matching what our previous code change was, and there is a bill for that.
Any questions on that?
Nope.
I'll entertain a motion for the first reading of bill number 01-24.
So move. Second.
Motion made by Alderman Miller, seconded by Alderman McCollum.
An ordinance amending section 110.300 of the municipal code of the city of Warrenton, providing for the authority of the city administrator to act as purchasing agent of the city.
I'll entertain a motion for the second reading of bill number 01-24.
So move.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Porter, seconded by Alderman Crump.
An ordinance amending section 110.300 of the municipal code of the city of Warrenton, providing for the authority of the city administrator to act as purchasing agent of the city.
Roll call vote.
Alderman Schultz?
Yes.
Alderman Crump?
Yes.
Alderman Quarter?
Yes.
Alderman Cullum?
Yes.
Alderman Miller?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0 with one absent.
The only other thing I have for you tonight is if you guys could send me your availability for prior to the next meeting on February 6th, if we could have a work session regarding a few operational things at 5 o'clock.
I can do it.
I can do it.
That works for me.
Yes.
Perfect. That's all I have for you tonight.
Next, we hear from Director of Operations, John Strucker.
Good evening. First thing I have for you tonight is the 2023 accomplishments and annual admin report. If you guys had a chance to look that over. A few highlights I wanted to highlight. 2023 was a very busy year for the city. Seen a lot of change, a lot of good change. This is just a couple highlights from the admin department. So that would be Melody, Brandy, myself, and HR. So city sold the property on Pinckney Street. We annexed approximately 340 acres into the city. We updated, and this goes along every department here, so I'm sure the other department's going to have this on theirs as well. But we updated our external software for customers to utilize multiple bill pay options. We updated utility bills to a full sheet with the option to include newsletters. We implemented an electronic timekeeping system and implemented a new phone system. Again, that was a citywide accomplishment that you're going to hear from other departments as well. So that was a huge accomplishment. We implemented a quarterly newsletter. This goes with a lot of stuff that Melody does. She completed 53 burial arrangements and 55 cemetery lots were sold or transferred. Created 103 ordinances for approval. Completed 171 record requests. Completed 35 sealed bid openings. Held 54 meetings, of which 35 were Board of Alderman meetings. And then a couple things from HR. We got a new benefit broker with Gallagher, which opened another huge realm of possibilities with how we interact with the employees. So those are all good things. If you have any questions with any of those.
Please.
Looks like a busy year.
It was a very busy year.
Great job.
It was a good year for everybody, I believe. So,
how's everybody liking the software updates and all that changes?
well, there's some mixed reviews on some, but all in all, it's a really good thing. So, there's growing pains, and when you implement a new system, we weren't able to operate side by side with the old system, and I think that would have been beneficial, but it really wouldn't have worked in this case. So, from turning one system off and turning one system on, we had a lot to learn. So, we're learning every day, but I think people are picking up on it, and all in all, it's been a really good thing. So,
Something I like to highlight on this, John, is that in today's world, I'm seeing that we have increased our media, social media news and likes by 926 people. So I think that's a very good thing.
Yep. Yeah, if you scroll to the actual report, that the Facebook part and social media has been, we grew that largely, I think, because we hired a new person in that position. So she's really taken that by the handle and has done a very good job with it. So, but across the board, we got the police department page back up and going, which I think has been a good thing. A little more presence on the police department side. So it's a good thing for sure.
Yeah, it looks good. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
I do have another thing for you before
Sure.
you. I got a couple of very important announcements and a couple important dates. So first of all, the Fall Festival, September 21st this year, and we have an announcement of the artist. It's going to be Lone Star, main stage, Bushwhacks at the car show stage again, and also Russo and Company is going to be our second artist at the car show stage. Any questions on that? I have two other important dates coming up. May 11th is going to be the citywide yard sale, and May 18th is going to be the citywide cleanup, which is going to be the drop-off part.
Say those again, John, I'm sorry.
May 11th is going to be the citywide yard sale, and May 18th is going to be the citywide cleanup. It's not that far away.
Anything else?
I think that's it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from Aquatics Director Lisa Kramer.
Good evening. You have in front of you the 2023 aquatic accomplishments by numbers. Some highlights on that list are memberships this year. We sold 406, which is up 21 memberships from last year. We had 43,127 people visit the Aquatic Center during the year of 2023, and this is up 1,598 from last year. Some new programs and happenings at the pool. We were able to put up the digital sign at the top of the street of 47 and Warrior Avenue, which we think has drawn in some more people to know that we're there, or at least not get lost. Our phone calls of where we're located has dropped considerably. We had the first annual World's Largest Swim Lesson in June. We have started Tadpole Times, which is a preschool story time once a month on Wednesdays. We had Monster Mash in October for Halloween, and we have installed ADA automatic door openers as well. Just an upcoming program, February 3rd is our Daddy-Daughter Dance. We are expanding and going to the community center shelter in Truesdale, so we'll only have one event site, or one time at that event site, and right now we're at 75 people coming, so I'm hoping we'll get over 100, and Elsa and Cinderella will be visiting this year at the Daddy-Daughter Dance as well.
Nice.
Any questions?
No, I believe we're good. Thank you. Next word from Megan Welder.
Welder.
I gotta get that right.
Good
Finance
evening.
officer.
You have in front of you the annual accomplishments for the Finance Department. For the second year, the Finance Department was awarded a GFOA Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting. We implemented the timekeeping software citywide, as John had mentioned. We converted the fiscal year to a calendar year, implemented the new BSNA software. Like John was saying, we've got some mixed reviews, but the training has been really good. We are still doing some training here and there. My team has some more training coming up next week, and we continue to learn more great things about the reporting that we can get out of the system, and their response time on tickets has been great. They're very helpful. I'm very pleased with the new system. We issued 669 business licenses and 34 liquor licenses. Checks generated and accounts payable totaled 2,976, and payroll process year-end reporting for 158 employees. And that's it for the accomplishments. I'll move on now to the financials for November. Revenue for sales tax continues to come in slightly above budget. Year-to-date, the general fund is $53,000 above budget, and the transportation fund for sales tax is $31,000 above budget. Miscellaneous revenue is above budget still due to the sale of the IDA land. Permits were above budget due to the Orange Blossom and Creekside permit revenue, as well as we issued permits for 8 new homes, 5 of which were in Pickney Ridge community. Transportation has $133,000, which was actually from a prior year project that came in this year. Expenses, administration is under by $22,000 due to the auditor fees not being billed yet, so that will catch up in January. Finance under budget $21,000 related to property tax collection fees and a prior vacancy. Police under budget by $117,000, $93,000 of which is related to wages and benefits for vacant positions. The balance is timing on other supply and maintenance accounts. Grounds and maintenance under budget $20,000 due to changes in staffing and timing for the spending of supply and maintenance funds. And lastly, street is $36,000 under budget, mainly due to the snow removal supplies not needing to be purchased yet. Obviously, things have changed since then. Do you guys have any questions for me this evening?
No. Just. I think we're good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from Ground and Maintenance Director Justin Knoll.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. I'd like to start with our accomplishments for the year. So we'll start with the accomplishments for the year. So we completed completed the lower level remodel for the PD department, kind of phase 1 of 2. And there's some more work to continue down there. Converted the roundabout landscaping over to grass and stuff up on the roundabouts in the springtime last year. We relocated 23 of those trees out to the sports complex. We planted 8 other trees within the city parks from the tree remembrance program. Our crew completed the athletic setup for spring, summer, and fall season. We had a lot of success last year and excited for this season, of course, the new turf. We replaced all 16 soccer team benches across the field. Converted 51 street lights over to LEDs. We added a new service truck and replaced two lawnmowers and added some skid loader attachments to help with some work to be done in the parks and stuff like that. We removed 43 hazardous trees from city parks and 3 along city streets and easements. And this year we added all the Christmas decorations and the banners and stuff along Main Street and stuff, which I think looks really nice. So, very good. And that we have our monthly report for December, which was a lot of time spent with Christmas decorations and now diving into the cold weather and some of our winter projects, painting and just other indoor maintenance projects. So I'm pretty busy.
Any other questions?
No.
Thanks. Thanks, Justin. Ed Jeevers.
John's going to present it. The guy's out sick.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll hear from John Struckoff again.
So I'm here to present the annual Public Works Department accomplishments for Guy, who is sick tonight. So they interviewed 14 applicants with 4 new hires in 2023, promoted 2 employees. We demoed the old pool, replaced concrete on Yankee Court, laid 4,000 square yards of asphalt for street repairs, lined 5,713 feet of sewer line, striped and sealed the pool parking lot, painted interior and exterior of well 8 tower, installed a new generator at well 9, connected water line under I-70 bore, installed gas detector at wastewater treatment plant, replaced diffuser at wastewater treatment plant, insulated and installed new exterior at maintenance shed with heat and garage doors.
Any questions for John? Now's the time to ask, since he probably doesn't have the answer.
Guy's not here. I wanted to ask Guy how much he saved from last year to this year with his spending budget.
Well, last year was only 6 months, so
Yeah.
this year's going to be a...
That's true. This would have been the one to answer. Well, I saved.
It's nice that you're giving it, and
Yeah.
you're not asking for money like he normally does.
Not this time.
Is the demolition project done at Morgan Pool?
I'm sorry.
The old pool, is that completely done now?
It's completely
and
done, yep.
Graded and everything? All right.
Yep. Graded as good as we could with the amount of dirt that was needed. We didn't haul dirt in, but, I mean, it's mowable, so.
Any questions? All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Next, we're from Building Commissioner Mike Cross.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. You have my monthly report, and we'll start off with some accomplishments from last year. As you know, the Tractor Supply Store, 39,000 square feet, is up and running and complete. The SSM building is done. Actually, physical therapy took possession of their section of the building yesterday, and the other portion of the building will probably be the latter part of this week. Final phase of Orange Blossom was completed with 36 units. We had the final construction was done on the fuel or gas station and a Crazy Burrito King, which is all completed now and done. We had 41 homes built and then permitted this year, which was about 30 more than last year, so that was a nice jump. Creekside Apartments continues to expand, and they will continue on up that direction until they reach Highway A, or AA. We've got the remodeling of the Relax and Efficiency Apartments from the Small hotel to efficiency apartments, there's 7 of those complete, 20 left to do. First Community Bank, our credit union, did a complete remodel inside of Walmart. Made that a very nice facility inside of there. The infrastructure was completed for the final phase of Walnut Hollow, and infrastructure was completed over in Park Hills. So we've got lots of ground available now for lots of houses. So, any questions on the accomplishments?
I don't think so. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Next, we'll hear from Chief of Police Larry Eller.
Good evening again. Last year, we interviewed 34 applicants and hired 11. As Mr. Struckoff alluded to earlier, our Facebook page has got 728 new likes, and Animal Control got 357. We completed our annual reaccreditation with no problems. We got applied for and received 3 grants, bulletproof vest, ticket printers, and first aid kits. Implemented a new destroy order system, which alleviated a bunch of evidence. The CID, despite being shorthanded, continued to maintain a very impressive solve rate. We got an increase in our roster due to an agreement with the school district to hire new SROs. And as usual, I'll brag on code enforcement, who handled 431 total ordinance violations and only had to write 6 tickets to maintain compliance.
Excellent.
Any questions?
No.
That's great. Thank you, Chief. Next, we'll hear from Director of Planning and Development, Tim Burks.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Board. You have a copy of my planning and development accomplishments for 2023. We had 20 new businesses open in the city last year. We had 35 zoning items that went through the process in 2023. We had 3 new subdivisions. Woodland Heights had 109 units. Walnut Hollow, Plat 4B, had 59 units. Forestdale subdivision is 27 units. And 1 multifamily, Oak Acres Villa, which has 10 units. Like Mike said, Tractor Supply just opened. It was one of the businesses that opened up in December to round off that 20. You have any questions for me?
I believe so.
That was the last report, wasn't it? Or Tim? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Pardon me?
I was just going to say, are you finished? When you? Okay, go ahead. That's fine.
I was getting ready to start the other one, but did you have a question?
Well, before you do that, I'd just like to say, you know, the citizens of Warrington are very fortunate to have the staff that we have working for us here. You guys have done an amazing job for 2023, and just the things that you showed, that you put on paper here, are some of the things that are highlighted. The fill-ins are the great things that you don't talk about, and I'd like to say thank you for that.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right, so the project on the agenda tonight is the Westwood Farms preliminary plat, SUBD 119. Westwood Farms Development LLC has submitted an application for a preliminary plat for a 21.82 acre tract of land east of North Highway 47 and north of Arlington Way at 1106 Steinhagen Road. The preliminary plat depicts 66 single-family lots. All lots include lot size of the minimum frontage requirements meeting or exceeding the R2 medium-density single-family residential district. On the report, you'll see I put an overlay of the plat. The image shows the plat configuration for the surrounding area. The proposed site will be accessed from Old Steinhagen Road, which will run north from McGee Avenue to Dogwood, which will connect, and it also accessed from Pin Oak Drive. The plat shows a stub street to the east to allow future connection of the subject site. The current configuration of the parcel shows 2 lots. Lot 1, which is 0.82 acres, containing an existing house and a detached garage located on the southwest portion of the property, and Lot 2 is 21 acres, is vacant. They have changed their plan, so the house and the garage will be removed, and that will open up that space for 2 additional lots. The new configuration will be made final in approving the record plat. Okay. This project was presented at P&Z, was voted on. The motion passed 7-1 with 2 absent. Staff has reviewed the proposed preliminary plat and found the proposal is consistent with Chapter 410 subdivision regulation of the Warrenton Municipal Code. Further, the proposed design and residential subdivision furthers the goal of the comprehensive plan. Mike Miners is here, the engineer for the project. He has a presentation and can answer any questions. Do you have any questions for me?
I don't believe so.
No.
Thank you. That's okay. You know, you can just put up the other. Hi, I'm Mike Miners with St. Charles Engineering and Surveying. I'm representing Matt Thornton. Good evening, Mayor, members of the board. Matt Thornton has a company that's going to develop the site called Westwood Farms Development LLC. He also owns MH Thornton Homes, which it doesn't have the photos on it, so it doesn't matter really.
I forgot to open it in.
It's okay.
Browser.
I'll tell you.
You all like to see it. It's that one color picture.
Within the document, it really
Kind of highlights a little bit.
Oh, that's fine.
you good.
Every little bit helps.
Thank you. Actually, Tim did an excellent job of explaining our project, so I won't repeat his things. I just want to mention that the site is zoned R2, and we're proposing to develop the site according to the R2 standards. No deviations from the requirements in R2. And the future land use plan shows this as multifamily, but we're proposing not to change the zoning from R2. And the lots are going to be 72 feet wide, 66 of them, and they'll be 140 feet deep or just a little bit deeper. Each one of them will be over 10,000 square feet. So we're going to conform with the R2 requirements, which are 70-foot wide lots, 10,000 square foot minimum, front yards of 30 feet, side yards of 10, and rear yards of 25 feet. Now we're proposing sidewalks on one side of the street per the ordinance. We also did not show originally on the plat that we're going to propose an entrance monument on one of the first lots off of Steinhagen Road. Steinhagen Road currently ends right at the existing home, which is on a .82 parcel in the southwest corner of the property. We're going to extend Steinhagen Road up and connect to Dogwood. That was the request. We're going to extend it up along our west side and connect to Dogwood. And we're going to have our entrances to the 2 entrances into the subdivision off of Old Steinhagen Road. And there's utilities are within the site or in the adjacent residential developments. So basically, Matt's going to build the homes. I had sent over to Tim some ideas of houses that he had, and I hope he was able to send those to you today. Otherwise, Matt could probably present something if you have any questions about the homes he's proposing to build.
Right there.
Yeah. There you go. And the only other thing I may want to point out is we're proposing 2 detention facilities, one at each side of on each corner of the property, because there's a ridge running through the property. So about 4+ acres runs up to the northwest, and about 17+ acres drains down to the southeast. So we'll have 2 detention facilities. Otherwise, I'd be more than happy to try to answer any questions you have.
Mike, I had one quick question. When you said the monument, what do you mean? Is that like just an entrance with the name of the subdivision?
Just a...
Yes.
Okay.
What, you have an idea what size it's going to be, Matt?
Something to mow around.
Just something to identify the subdivision. It'll be on a little bit of an angle.
Okay.
So people coming up will see where
Gotcha.
Westwood Farms is.
Yeah. That's kind of what I thought. I just want to make sure.
Okay.
When do you propose to start the project?
I believe as soon as we get approval, we'll prepare engineering plans and we'll submit to the staff for review, and Matt will probably plan to begin grading right away, as soon as possible. Certainly not until it's approved.
Good idea, Kurt.
Question?
I'm good. Any other questions on there?
I mean, I guess it's in far enough to where...
You guys got any other questions?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mike.
Any other comments? Okay. I'll entertain a motion for the first reading of bill number 02-24.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Cullum, second by Alderman Crump.
An ordinance of the City of Warrenton approving the preliminary plat for Westwood Farm subdivision.
Entertain a motion for the second reading of bill number 02-24.
So moved. Second.
Who was the first one? Miller. Motion made by Alderman Miller, second by Alderman Recorder.
An ordinance of the City of Warrenton approving the preliminary plat for Westwood Farm subdivision.
Roll call vote.
Alderman Crump.
Yes.
Alderman Quarter.
Yes.
Alderman Cullum.
Yes.
Alderman Miller.
Yes.
Alderman Schultz.
Yes.
Passes 5-0 with 1 absent. Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to close the regular Board of Alderman meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Recorder, second by Alderman Crump. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. We are so adjourned. Thank you.